Hello, my fellow Texas Realtors. I'm Marcus Phipps, your 2023 Texas Realtors Chairman of the Board. It is my honor to thank you for participating in Realtor Day at the Texas Capitol. It's been 4 long years since we last hosted the event in person at the Texas Capitol. Virtual Realtor Day was a huge success last session with 181 legislative meetings in all. But there's just nothing like the sight of thousands of realtors wearing purple pins and accessories to show the strength of our association. We're always impressed by your turnout, and we know lawmakers will be too. Although we won't have an official count for a few days, we expect to have more than 3,000 Texas Realtors at the Capitol today. Your attendance is critical to our association's advocacy efforts. Our governmental affairs staff can talk with lawmakers and their staff, but your words will always mean more. The bottom line is that legislators want to hear from the people who elected them, you. Even lawmakers who may not get to meet with you because of a last-minute committee hearing or floor vote will feel our presence because of the sheer number of Texas Realtors on the Capitol grounds today. Believe me, word gets around the chambers. If this is your first Realtor Day at the Texas Capitol, you may feel a bit overwhelmed. Just follow your key contact's lead and enjoy the day. To help you get ready, this year we're starting the day off with something special. We're going to ride with the brand alongside NAR President Kenny Parcell on the south side of the Texas Capitol. I'm so excited to rally alongside my fellow realtors in the name of real estate issues and private property rights. Your attendance helps show our friends at NAR that things really are bigger and better here in Texas. But that's not all. We also look forward to seeing you at your Texas Realtors headquarters just across the street from the Capitol for our open house and barbecue lunch. Next, you'll hear from other Texas Realtors leaders to explain how your association set the legislative priorities you'll be discussing today. They'll also cover some Capitol etiquette and arrival tips. Now, get ready to meet with our legislators, advocate for Texas real estate, and have some fun.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Wahab, 2023 Chair of the Texas Realtors Public Policy Oversight Committee. On behalf of that hardworking group, I thank you for participating in Realtor Day at the Texas Capitol. I'd like to explain how your association set the legislative priorities you'll be discussing with lawmakers today. The process begins with Texas Realtors' 4 public policy issues committees. Last year, members of these 4 committees, who are all realtors like you, researched issues and met with some of the top policy experts in the state. We listened to their insights, then applied our practical experiences and drafted policy recommendations to guide the association through the legislative session. If you're on one of these committees, I truly do thank you. Your work puts us ahead of the game even before the session begins and makes us the envy of other groups at the Capitol. Also, I'd like to give a special thanks to last year's Public Policy Oversight Committee Chairman, Mario Arriaga. Mario oversaw these committee meetings and moved policy recommendations through the long, arduous process. Together, he and other PPOC volunteers spent 1,500 hours discussing and writing our 2023 legislative priorities. You'll see their efforts pay off as you meet with lawmakers today. Thanks to the Public Policy Oversight Committee's hard work and Executive Board approval, we produced an extensive list of legislative priorities for the 88th Texas Legislature. You can see the entire list at texasrealestate.com/issues. Once the association's priorities are set, the legislative management team takes over. This group of realtor leaders follows specific legislation and makes final decisions about our association's positions during the session. This session got off to a hot start with almost 2,000 bills filed on or before the first day. Thousands more were filed right up to the deadline on March 10th, and we've read every single one. Of those many bills, Texas Realtors is closely following a significant portion. That's because of their potential to directly or indirectly affect private property rights or the real estate industry. Our goal is to ensure Texas remains a great place to buy, sell, or lease real estate, and a great place for us to do business. Your presence today makes a huge difference. So again, thank you for taking time to join us at your Texas Capitol. And now that you know how we set the legislative priorities you'll be discussing, here are some important tips to help you make the most of your time at the Capitol.
Hi, I'm Tom Schwank, 2023 Chairman of the Political Involvement Committee, or PIC. Realtor Day at the Capitol is finally here. We want this day to go as smoothly as possible, so we've compiled several resources like up-to-date talking points specific to each lawmaker, best practices for conducting and attending meetings, district housing reports, and so much more on texasrealestate.com/Realtor Day. You'll also hear this called the Realtor Day Portal. I'll highlight a few key points now. We have set appointments with all 181 legislators. This is an incredibly complex task with lots of moving parts. 3,000 realtors from more than 70 local boards with different arrival times conducting multiple visits. And we want everyone to be able to participate, so it's very important to stick to your appointment time. Even if you arrive to their office early, wait until your appointment. More realtor constituents may be on their way. Always remain polite and have a helpful approach with legislators and staff. They may be knowledgeable about tax policy, transportation funding, or the inner workings of the Texas Capitol. That doesn't mean, however, they know everything about the real estate industry or how proposed laws will affect your community. That's why what you're doing is so important. Also, please stick to the talking points on the website. We've taken great care to ensure you get the latest, most relevant information possible. In fact, your talking points were probably updated within 48 hours of your meeting. Plus, sometimes it's about what you don't say. Adding a personal story that personalizes our position is a good tactic, but going too far off script could jeopardize our advocacy efforts. Never challenge the lawmaker or staff into a combative discussion. If there's a difference of opinion, politely agree to disagree. You may also get some feedback along the lines of, okay, we'll take a look at that. This is normal. Staffers are hired to inform their bosses, not make decisions. And lawmakers want to take a closer look at the bill before just agreeing to support or oppose it. And we never discuss non-realtor issues at a Realtor Day meeting. Fishing license reform may be important to you, but that kind of issue isn't one of Texas Realtors' legislative priorities. So today isn't the day to talk about it. There's one more thing I'd like to point out. This is a very busy time for legislators, and you may be meeting with someone on their staff instead. This is A-OK. Legislative staff play an extremely important role, and lawmakers rely heavily on their staff to keep them up to date. Also, your meeting time will likely be short. Just let your contact team leader take control and you follow along. Finally, and this is really important, be sure someone from your team completes a Realtor Day reporting form to tell us how your meetings went. This online form is available at texasrealestate.com/Realtor Day. Thanks again for coming today. You're making a tremendous impact, and I look forward to seeing you all there.
Hi, I'm Ben Rodriguez, 2023 Tree Pack Chair. Realtor Day at the Texas Capitol is the cornerstone of our grassroots advocacy efforts. There's nothing more important to our work at the Capitol than what you're doing today. And that's why we're so excited you're here. But we also want you to enjoy yourself today. So I'll offer a few tips to get you to know your way around the Capitol. First, when you walk up to the building, you may notice scaffolding over the dome. That's because the state capitol is getting a new roof this year. It's the first time it's undergone a full replacement in 75 years, and a lot has happened under that roof in that time. Now let's get down to business and talk about how to get inside the building. All visitors must pass through one of 4 entrances that include metal detectors. You may want to avoid wearing lots of metallic jewelry or carrying extra bags or electronic devices. It'll just slow you down. Handgun licensee holders have their own fast access lines, so if you bring your license, look for signs and you can actually skip the metal detectors. Also, please note there are 4 entrances to the Capitol. Buses drop off on the east side of the building, so if you see a line forming at that entrance, head to one of the other entrances. They all lead to the same place and will likely have a shorter line. If you're joining us for the barbecue lunch at the Texas Realtors Building and Open House, head east and cross San Jacinto Boulevard. It's easy to find. You'll see the signs and smell the barbecue. And just so you know, you may see a large line forming. It may even stretch down the street, but don't worry, the line moves fast. You'll have a plate of delicious food before you can say brisket. For our latest talking points, visit texasrealestate.com/Realtor Day. and listen to your key contact AE local government affairs directors or Texas Realtor staff. They have all been briefed on the newest developments. Thank you so much for coming, but before we let you go, here are some closing words from my counterpart at the Texas Realtors Issues PAC.
Hello, I'm Cameron Willman, Chair of the Texas Realtors Issues PAC, and I'm here to remind you that as Texas Realtors, we advocate at all levels of government. Because, like real estate, all politics is local. On Realtor Day, we celebrate statewide advocacy, but just like decisions at the Texas Capitol can affect you wherever you are in Texas, local issues can elevate to the state level if they gain traction. It's all part of the policy life cycle. We're so happy to have you here today, but remember, Realtor Day only happens once every 2 years. You can stay involved throughout the year and help get us ahead of policy decisions at the state level by advocating on behalf of real estate issues in your local area. Here at the Texas Realtors Issues PAC, we love to trip, so break a leg, have a great time, and remember, what you're doing has a tremendous impact.